These 240 acres are located just 2 miles west of the Maricopa County line in La Paz County and 4 miles north of I-10. It's a great location with beautiful mountain views in every direction. This location should benefit from 3 population centers surrounding it: Southern California, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. Californians are moving to Arizona in growing numbers ever since the pandemic. Interstate 11 will connect Las Vegas to Phoenix, running through the far west side of the city through Buckeye. And Phoenix is rapidly moving west now that it has filled out its existing footprint in every other direction. As you can see, to both the north and east, you have federal and state land in yellow and blue, and national forest in green. Those lands are mountainous and are thus a physical barrier to expansion. To the south, you have the floodplain from the Gila River and a Native American reservation. So every direction is blocked except west. This is the primary reason that Buckeye has been one of the fastest growing cities in the country for the past decade. And expansion continues. You have 2 major developments that are planned, and one has broken ground in this area of Tonopah, and you have residential development in this area as well. If you move further to the west, this area just south of I-10, where you see a lot of farms, that's in the Centennial Wash. And so it's not the best for residential development because you have that flood risk. If you move north of I-10, that's where our property is, and you do not run into these issues. It's not in a floodplain. It's good to go. Not only is western Maricopa County the fastest growing area in the country, Arizona as a whole is the 3rd fastest growing state after Texas and Florida. There are at least 2 massive solar developments nearby, one to the east and one to the west. The project to the east is projected to be 2,800 acres, which would make it a massive installation, and it should bring in hundreds of jobs. The project to the west is even larger at a projected 4,000 acres, which would make it either the largest solar farm in the nation or one of the largest, and again, that would bring in hundreds of jobs. To the northwest, you have Yield Scientific, having just moved in on the north side of Salome Road. That's only a few minutes away, and that too is bringing in new jobs. As for the major developments I spoke of before, you have the proposed smart city called Belmont right here on 27,000 acres. That has yet to break ground. And then you have Teravalis, which is the 37,000 acre planned community just to the north. That project is owned by the Howard Hughes Corporation and just broke ground in October of last year. That project is planned to include 100,000 homes and 300,000 people, which by itself is a large city. Add on the 200,000 residents proposed for Belmont, and you're talking about a population of 500,000, the size of Tucson. The drive from our property to Belmont and Teravalis is only about 27 minutes. If you take a look to the west of these mega planned communities, land values have risen to about $40,000 per acre, and within this outlined area you already have residential construction underway. The property is really easy to get to. If you're driving from Phoenix, you have 2 options. You can use the I-10 exit for Salome Road or the exit for Avenue 75E. Either one takes roughly the same amount of time. The property has great access off of Salome Road. You just drive to this point here where you will find a gate. You open that, and then you drive south along the dirt road and then west along the northern portion of this first parcel. The property is nearly perfectly flat, which is great for building. The elevation here is about 1,500 feet, which is about 400 feet above Phoenix, which reduces the temperature by a few degrees, which is nice. The property is not in a flood zone. To the east of the property, you have a couple of pretty washes that run from north to south. They produce some nice greenery, but they do not cause any problems to the property itself. They do not cross onto the property. This is actually in federal land. We have some drone footage of flying down the eastern side of the property, and you get a nice view of these washes. So we'll put that on at the end of the video. The property sits over the Harquahala aquifer, and the aquifer in this location is good. The water table has fluctuated up and down over the years. Over the past 10 years, it has declined by about a foot per year, which is not bad to my understanding. In speaking with the head of the Wendon Water District, I confirmed that the water situation and water rights in this location are very good. And speaking of water, the soil here is also ideal for growing virtually anything, provided that you irrigate it. The property consists of 5 parcels, a 40-acre parcel here, and beneath it 3 53-acre parcels, which I had surveyed in 2019. To the upper left is another 40-acre parcel, which I may sell separately. All of the parcels may be further subdivided by application to the county. The property borders federal land to the east and state land to the south, which is great for privacy. We researched the heck out of this property before our purchase in 2019, and I had planned to hold for at least a tenfold return. But with the addition of a new child and changing personal circumstances, we have reluctantly decided to sell. We are asking only $1,500 per acre. All other properties for sale in the area are priced over $2,000 per acre. Anybody asking for less either lacks access or has some other serious defect with their property. Our property has great access and 0 defects that we could find after exhaustive research. The gate to the property can be found off of Salome Road, about halfway between mile marker 17 and 18. All information is provided to the best of my knowledge. Please do your own research to verify.